moving right along quickly to the bottom of the 5th inning. One of those wonderful old-fashioned pitching duels. Buck Showalter.
Yeah, something around the Yankee dugout that Buck was referring to. Brent, this is what we're talking about. Edgar Martinez, but you cannot overlook him when you talk. If you want to say most valuable player, most valuable hitter, you have to look right along with Bell and Vaughn and digest those numbers. Only one of the three who has walked more than he struck out, in the on-base percentage. Unbelievable.
Came in here with a .600 batting average, grounded out in the 2nd inning, 6-3. Notice the forearms of the patience. He's a classic hitter. He played in more games this year than any player in Major League Baseball. 145. He went the distance. Nobody on the California Angels did. I think J.T. Snow played in their most.
Of course, he picked up the load while Ken Griffey Jr. was out. McDowell facing the minimum. Let me correct that. He walked more times than he struck out. Bell and Vaughn did not do that.
It's a ball and a strike. Line foul.
Interesting to talk to Wade Boggs and Edgar Martinez and ask them what they like about the other. And what Boggs says about Edgar Martinez, he said no one recognizes pitches, can pick up the breaking ball, adjust to it, and react to it like Martinez can.
1-2 to him. He's won 2 American League batting championships. Slowed one season because of a damaged hamstring. See how thickly built he is. Up high, check swing, and this one's going to be out of play. Adding gives it a strong chase. Through the years, he's been a magnificent first baseman, and fellas agonizing over the fact that they have lost a ball and probably spilled a brew or two down there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count.
Now, this is what makes him such a good hitter. McDowell has made some outstanding pitches. He keeps fouling them off and gets you to that 3-2 count.
Plate, foul ball right now. Quickly, Stanley puts the big mid on it so it doesn't have an opportunity to roll back fair. And there is a classy group of pitchers.
Yeah, we got 3 of them in this series right here: McDowell, Cone, and Johnson. And if you want a little insight into who's most valuable, look at those 5 guys.
Edgar Martinez battling away against Blackjack McDowell. Count full, 3-2. Leadoff hitter, bottom of the 5th. Yankees 1, Mariners nothing. Walked the leadoff hitter. That's the 2nd time tonight that Jack has done that. He walked Flowers back in the 3rd inning, and he was quickly erased on a Soho double play.
Baseman number 23, Tino Martinez.
Tino Martinez stepping in. 1 for 1. Being urged on by the electronic scoreboard. They set up outside. Comes back inside. Look out! Put that baby on the scoreboard. Mariners lead it 2-1 on the Tino Martinez 2-run shot.
Fastball down and in, just like the base hit he got. What a series between these two ball clubs.
Another lead change. Buhner.
You mentioned the electronic scoreboard. They really don't need an awful lot of encouragement. They're going to call time right now because in the Kingdome, they set the fireworks off after every home run. And it gets a little difficult to see the ball.
George Steinbrenner the other night accusing Lou Piniella of some gamesmanship when he yanked his team after back-to-back home runs. And now Buck Showalter is dashing out to right field for a conversation with his right fielder out there, and the crowd is being warned by the PA announcer not to throw anything on the field. So we may have had a turnaround here as part of the fans.
Yeah, unfortunately, what happened in New York to the Mariners players, and even on some radio stations here, you hate to hear that you know, there was a lot of talk made of that.
There's an indication there by Gerald Williams that he has been hit up there around the lip.
He got hit by something coming out of the stands.
Well, we check his condition. John Saunders, give us an update on the other games as we watch the treatment being applied here.
All right, Brent, the Dodgers and the Reds. Here's a play you might not believe. Piazza at the plate. Hard hit out to left field. Ron Gant's after it. He gets to it, but then he can't pick the ball up. So Chad Fonville's coming around third to score. Stumbles a bit, but he's coming in, doesn't slide, and doesn't touch the plate either. Santiago realizes it, gives him the tag, and he's out of there. Next half inning, Nomo facing Ron Gant with Larkin running, and this is a two-run shot. The Reds take the 2-0 lead as the Dodgers squander a run. It's in the third inning. Right now, back to Brent and Jim.
Well, John, fortunately, Gerald Williams, we hope is not seriously hurt. We'll get the details of what struck him. I know the Showalter's out there talking to the umpire, and well, we've got a little bit of a break here. There, that looks like it was a. Well, you shouldn't waste a good vegetable.
Well, it's not a solid
by the way,
object,
is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
Coming from a long distance, that could still be jarring and a little painful, and it caught Gerald. It's unfortunate that the majority of the fans in all ballparks come to enjoy the game, and it's just a few that make it a little miserable for and give cities a bad reputation.
Well, he's very fortunate that they didn't decide to throw a cantaloupe or a watermelon
or a battery.
Yeah, well, we've got a moment here as they discuss things down there to remind you about ABC's NFL Monday Night Football. A couple of good games lately on Monday night. This one shapes up pretty good. Chargers extremely well coached. Kansas City again stalking the playoffs. Monday night live at 9 Eastern. That's an AFC Western Division game. That's going to be a very hard-hitting, good football game. Kansas City's environment, and again I quote Dick Vermeil, who says it may be the only environment in the NFL which resembles a college setting right now at Arrowhead Stadium, Jimmy. So that should be something Monday night. Well, let's see. It's 2-1 now on the Tino Martinez home run. Jay Buhner with 1 ball and no strikes steps back in on Blackjack McDowell.
Actually, I think all that distraction caused by throwing something at Gerald Williams gives Jack McDowell a little breather.
And he throws that pitch past Buhner.
You know, the Martinez home run, this crowd, I mean, was deafening. And then with Buhner getting in the box, but because of the incident in right field, it calmed down a little bit.
Ball and a strike to count on Buhner. The usual stance. Jimmy, you was a one-time great pitcher. When you see somebody standing like that, the way he is with the bat cocked, what would you think?
But when a hitter holds the bat straight up and down, vertical position, it tells you he likes the ball down. And Jay Buhner is a good low ball hitter because it's much easier from a vertical position to drop the barrel on the ball. Hitters that hold it flat over the shoulder usually are high ball hitters. That is not 100% true, but that's a little indication of things that pitchers will look at.
1-2. Got him. That's the first out of the inning. And for McDowell, his second strikeout. He struck out the leadoff hitter tonight, Vince Coleman. And Tony Conigliere, what a fabulous career he was having until that was interrupted. Here comes Blowers. Ground ball foul. Third base line, young Russ Davis playing third base tonight, as many familiar Yankee stars are over there on the bench. Boggs, O'Neill, James, Leyritz, the hero from the 15-inning job, a left-handed pitcher, causing Buck Showalter to juggle his lineup. Blowers stands in. The great ups and downs of this series so far. Wade Boggs, the one thing that amazes me is his imitation of Brooks Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, he's been unbelievable at third base through 2 games. And Blowers is hit by a Jack McDowell pitch, and he goes down to his knees.
Anybody that's following the game of baseball closely, I know the reaction of the Mariner fans and what's going through their mind, but if you follow what's happened to Jack McDowell, and Mike Blowers trying to get his breath right now, that is a direct result of the back injury, the pulled muscle, and the long layoff. I mean, he has pitched a gritty 4 1/3 innings, but he has not been razor sharp because of that. Actually, I think that it caught Blowers in that area where almost from the back where it might have just stunned him, and he's just trying to catch his breath and get a little feeling back in that right arm. Look how far this man. I mean, Jack McDowell does not miss the strike zone by that far. And you see Jack McDowell's reaction. Last place he wanted to throw it. It got Mike Blowers right between the shoulder blades.
Tingley sensation, exchanging a couple of words at first base with Mattingly, and Showalter looking out now with 1 out, and of course he a little cause for concern right here. The 2-run shot by Tino Martinez after a walk. Now he has hit a batter. He has also walked a couple here tonight, bailed out by a couple of double plays, trying to hang in. Soho hit into one of those double plays back in the 3rd inning.
Another one of those hit and run situations. Last time Soho with nobody out tried to hit it the other way, but with 1 out, and Buck Showalter aware of that, paying attention to Blowers.
Jimmy, you know, there's been a lot of question about the move by McDowell to first base with that rigid left leg. I know that, first of all, it has been easy to steal on him. However, he has also picked off a number of hitters. Now, what's your take on McDowell? Is it a Bach move?
No, it's borderline, which all good moves are. But he's got quick feet, quick footwork, and as long as he steps before he throws, it is not a ball. Some question as to what Joe Brinkman's call on that last pitch was. Soho thought it was a ball.
Was not. Behind in the count. Now McDowell settles in again. Looking pitch. Yankee infield, which has been spectacular over the last week. A couple of double plays already tonight. High chopper now to third. Davis no chance to go to second to get the lead runner, so he alertly gets the hitter. There was absolutely no opportunity on that chopper to get Blowers, who has moved along to second base.
The catcher, number 6, Dan Wilson.
Not a hit and run by design, but because of that high hopper, it has the same results. And you saw just instant for briefly in your screen there, Mike Blowers showing Pat Kelly how he kind of lost the feeling in his fingers when he got hit in the shoulder blades by that McDowell pitch.
Two out now at the bottom of the fifth. Here's the catcher, Wilson. Flowers away from second. It's a little too high for Brinkman, who's been working behind the plate.
Wilson in there primarily because he's an outstanding catcher, and he has improved as a hitter. In fact, I said to Lou Piniella, what made you high on Dan Wilson from your Cincinnati days? Why did you want to get him over here? And he said the pitchers in spring training with Cincinnati used to say, is Danny catching today? I like to throw to him. Piniella said, that's good enough for me. He got him here to Seattle.
1-1 to him. Outside, and the runner will move along to third on the wild pitch by Jack McDowell.
Trying to battle his way through that back injury and the long layoff, but McDowell, again, you just do not see him miss the strike zone that far. The errant pitches have not cost him a lot, but now with a man on third, Mike Stanley has to really be loose behind the plate.
Two out, so the infield back.
Long inning.
But still has a little bit of snap on that card.
When they use that expression, he'll pitch with a bullet in him. That's what Jack McDowell's doing tonight. I mean, he is not, at least he certainly looks that he is in a lot of pain.
2-2. Got him. So McDowell pitches his way out of it, but not before Tino Martinez homers the Mariners to the lead.